All right, I just hit record. Gotta open up this, see what week we're on. Welcome to
86.
Anybody else got any guesses?
No, because I'm right.
Any guessers? Anyone with Ryder?
Right. I would say 86 because I chest him.
Right.
88.
Simon, Reaping, any guesses?
No thoughts.
All right, GG's everyone. It's week 84 of Album Club. This is our 10th rotation. In this rotation, you have to pick an album from 2022. 2022 is now over. It's the second day of the new year. But we still got to finish the rotation, listen to some newer-ish things. This album it was chosen by Justin. We listened to What Do You Want by A Cloudy Sky. Justin, tell us a little bit about the choice and your overall thoughts and rating.
So, I found A Cloudy Sky in 2021, I believe, with their debut album, Blood Rushing Like Current Through a Power Line. I really enjoyed that album, but it made me wanting a little bit more because it seemed samey. Then they dropped this one, and I felt like this wasn't like a complete departure to their initial stuff, but I thought it did some really cool stuff. I found it very cinematic, and one thing about this guy is he likes to do all the artwork, and he actually created a whole animation and story to go along with Safety, which is pretty cool to watch. So yeah, they're like really what's the like artsy person they say, like Da Vinci or it's just a Renaissance man. He's a Renaissance man, you know, like he's got like multiple forms of art that he likes to express himself through. But yeah, the album itself, like I said, it's very cinematic. I think it does really good job with pacing and building up different songs. It's got a bunch of intense moments, which I really like. The percussion goes crazy in some parts, which I also enjoy. The only complaint I really have is at times I find the lyrics muddied or washed over by the production, and I wish that he would bring it more to the forefront. But I don't know. I just actually really like this album. I think it's pretty solid, and I think it's different and something people probably haven't really heard. So that's why I picked it. I give it like an 8.5.
8.5. Thank you, Justin. Moving on to Reaping.
All right. Well, first of all, I enjoyed the album a lot. As Justin said, I agree with the vocals, like the vocals and stuff. They can sound a little bit muddy because of all the sounds and stuff it has. But the music itself, I did enjoy. It gave me Porter Robinson and the Eden Project vibes in terms of how cinematic the music is, and with all like the synth sounds and everything. And it kind of gave me a few of the parts of the album like breakcore vibes, which is like what people are really into at the moment with this kind of music. And yeah, I enjoyed most of it. On the long songs, I wish a few of those parts would be like separate songs, because the thing is like a few songs are really great in those long ones, and it could be like the third or like second half of it. But that's just me though. I would like to have like a separate song out of that. But yeah, I've been into this kind of music lately. I've been hearing it a lot on TikTok and stuff. Like people are really into this kind of cinematic synth, like breakcore kind of music, like really cinematic and stuff. Yeah, it's what's really into at the moment. But yeah, I really liked it. So I'll give it like a 9.7.
8.7, big score. Thank you, Reaping.
Just to step in a little bit.
Yep.
The two long songs, Safety and Thief, both are 3-part songs and were released separately before this album dropped. So you are
Good
kind
cook,
of
bro.
right. No, it's a fair
No,
comment.
what do you have to say for yourself, Reaping?
I was just saying.
What do you have to say for yourself?
I
God,
must be
Ryder.
so embarrassed right now.
That's intense.
Not
I
knowing
am.
this nuanced thing about the album.
I am embarrassed.
Get
My day's
cooked.
ruined.
I'm embarrassed for you. Oh my god.
I love Get Cooked. That's hilarious. I was gonna
Justin
say,
just had that.
Reaping, thank you for bringing in the name of the genre breakcore, because that is not something I'm familiar with. But it totally just the name makes sense with the sound. It's got like that choppiness. Like I'm thinking specifically of like Dive. That sounds like it'd be breakcore to me.
Yeah, pretty
So
much.
yeah, very
It's really into. Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry.
Thank you, Reaping. Oh, you're good. You're good. Anyway, on to Ryder.
I don't really have too much to say on this one. I didn't really expect to like it that much, to be honest. And I did think that some of the songs were a little long, similar to Reaping, but or at least like that they should have been split into parts. So I'm glad they were split into parts. However, maybe they should have stayed that way. But I did think there was a lot of really cool, really interesting stuff that happened on this album. I agree that it was pretty Porter Robinson-y at times. I thought this album just did a bunch of cool stuff. I'm definitely gonna listen to it again, and I absolutely loved the album art. I think this is some of my favorite album art that I've seen. I think it's beautiful. I don't know. There were definitely a few songs that I didn't really vibe with too much, but I think for the majority of them, I really, I don't know. I was kind of like drawn into them, and it really is just like, I think it's an album that you can really, like, kind of sink into, which I really appreciate. And I think it's like, I don't know how else to describe it other than like some of the songs are just very vibey, and I feel like you just kind of like immerse yourself in them, which I really appreciate. Overall, I give it a 7.8. Definitely listen to him.
7.8. Thank you, Ryder. On to me. So I also like this album. I thought it was very cool. The Porter Robinson vibes, as people have mentioned, were definitely there. I would kind of describe it as like it's a bit harder than the most recent Porter Robinson album, the one that we did for 2021. Nurture. Yeah. It's kind of like Nurture, but more like hard. It sort of falls between like a Nurture and a Wave Dash. It's like the in-between, because it doesn't go as crazy as Wave Dash, but it goes harder than Nurture, but it's got the Porter Robinson vibes. Very cinematic, as people said. It definitely feels like you're like hearing a story, which I think is really cool, especially considering that like the lyrics aren't always there, so it's like the story is told by the energy and the vibes and not necessarily words, even though there are lyrics. I think that the worst thing about the album is the vocalist is just generic as all hell. It sounds like knockoff Steel, and it's just super like accessible, generic, like very restrained singing, just like not raw at all. Not a fan, not my style. All that being said, I think this is very good. There's so many cool like sonic choices and like noises that like really stood out to me as like cool and fun. My best example is on Dive, the little like boo in the background. Love that. That always got me going. Another funny complaint I have about this is I couldn't listen to this when I played Melee because the fucking vibe switches were just too intense. I'd be just like playing a game, playing great, all of a sudden it's last stock and the middle part of safety comes on and I am shitting my pants. And I couldn't
That's
do
so
it.
funny.
It got me so stressed out. It happened so many times I'd choke and I'd be like, fuck, what song is this? Safety. But yeah, all that being said, I think I'm just going to copy Ryder, do a little 7.8 action because I liked it, but I just gave Alex G an 8, so I can't give this an 8. So it gets a 7.8. On to Simon.
This one, asked some interesting questions that had me pondering, such as, what do I want? And I can tell you, this album was not what I wanted. I don't know, it just didn't connect with me. I thought every consecutive quarter of this album was substantially better than the one before. So at the start of this, I hated every time, and then I I like it more and more as the album goes on. But it starts off rough. This first half, I just hate. It's so boring. I don't like it. But it gets better as it goes. I'm gonna go with a 4.8.
4.8. Thank you, Simon. On to Ethan.
I've got similar sentiments to two people in particular. First off, I wasn't the biggest fan of the first half, so I kind of agree with Simon. I was a little underwhelmed. And the part that I agree with Stuewe is that I too was playing Melee, and I had to turn it off because it just was not matching the vibes because it was just switching a lot. But
What
I
did you
feel
like
this-
that I said?
I liked everything that you said, Ryder.
I like you.
But I feel that the second half definitely was a lot more of enjoyable. Definitely enjoyed a lot of the cinematic stuff, and on a second listen through, I had a much better appreciation for the entire album as a whole. But I still was underwhelmed a bit by the first half. But it's not a bad album. I will give it a flat 6.1.
Flat 6.1 as opposed to a bumpy 6.1. Thank you, Ethan. On to favorite tracks. Justin.
Kind of tough, but I actually just really like Safety despite being long. I think it's tells a whole story in itself and it's cool.
All right, thank you, Justin. On to Reaping.
My favorite is Thief. Like, few of those songs in there, I liked more, like 2 of them. So, yeah, Thief.
Thank you, Reaping. On to Ryder.
Farewell is such a vibe.
Thank you, Ryder. On to me. I forgot about Farewell until you said that, and then I was like, yes, Farewell is a vibe. But I'm going to honorable mention Thief because the first part of Thief is my favorite part of the album, but it's not a song on this album, therefore I can't pick it as my favorite. So I'm going to go with Dive because I think it's really like pretty and it goes hard, but not too hard. It's really nice. It's just a nice song. It makes me feel good. It's uplifting.
I think Dive is probably one of the most. Sorry, I just want to talk on that.
No, go
I
ahead.
like Dive as my second too. It's one of the most digestible songs. I feel like it's like you could put this just on and it'd be like, oh yeah, it's just a nice song.
Dive is like
interesting.
Like I mentioned before, it feels like Porter Robinson but harder, or like Nurture but harder. Because I know Porter can go fucking crazy if he wants. Anyway, on to Simon.
Easy Thief, but also honorable mention to Farewell.
Good choices. Good choices. On to Ethan.
I was going to say like that basically word for word. So I will add that Thief is just like a whole movie, but it was really enjoyable.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, Thief's great. Very interesting. We all have very similar picks for favorite. On to least favorite, Justin.
This is tough for me. Because I feel like Dormant's more like an interlude that's pretty long, so I don't want to pick it. So I'm gonna say Curses actually.
All right, thank you, Justin. On to Reaping.
I will just say Dormant. I was in a dormant state on that song. I don't like it.
I was in a dormant state. Reaping was not exploding for that song.
No.
On to Ryder.
Dormant.
On to me.
You might even be able to say that I was in a dormant state while I was listening to this song.
You're funny, right?
On to me. I'm gonna go. This is hard. I don't want to be a Dormant normie because I also like Dormant. I thought it sounded cool. I'm picking Safety.
Oh, crazy.
It's stressful. It is stressful.
Bold choice.
It was a stressful song,
In the middle of
and
that
then
song.
it goes really hard, and I like it in a vacuum a lot, but I have bad memories. It's stressing me out. On to Simon.
Easy Curses, kind of a stinker.
That's valid. On to Ethan.
I'm cool to finish it off with the Dormant.
Jesus, this was like the least hot takes we've ever had in an album club. Just everybody just kind of, even when Simon was like, I don't like this, I was like, I see it, I see why, it's fine. All right, so that's it, right? That's it. Anybody got anything to say? We are
Yeah, if you want more nurturecore albums, like
Nurturecore.
I went down a rabbit hole of finding nurturecore albums.
And what
And?
did your search bring up? I feel like
There
I guess
was-
I'll
If you
look
just like nurturecore, like just let me know. I've got a ton of nurturecore albums. This was one of my nurturecore adjacent albums that I really like.
Okay. It's time for club discussion things. Ethan's deafened. He doesn't get a vote anymore. Should we do Secret Santa singles now? Or
yes.
should... Why though?
Sorry, that's my vote. Because it's like the closest to Christmas that we can go.
But does it really matter if it's close to Christmas?
I think it
Why
kind
did
of
you
matters.
bring it up if it didn't?
Well, because
It matters.
somebody had mentioned like we should do Secret Santa. I think it was you. You were saying like we're gonna do it soon,
just-
right?
Well, then what
It's
makes
just
it
funny.
Santa?
I'm
And I call it
I'm-
Secret Stewie.
Secret Stewie
Listen.
singles. I'm
It
not
matters.
Ryder. I'm not like hating on you for your opinion. I was just asking and like getting both of the
I
ideas
know.
out there. Okay.
I just thought it was funny. Because
So-
it's like I said like, hey, do y'all want to go to Taco Bell? And you're like, yeah. And I'd be like, why though? Like, why do you want to go to Taco Bell? Put it up.
Listen, it matters to me because in Puerto Rico.
Why though? That's hilarious. Okay, so I'm gonna spin the wheel regardless. I'm spinning the wheel. This will be who gets to pick the album after Secret Santa singles, but we're gonna do Secret Santa singles. And the next album chooser is Reapy. So Reaping, what are we listening to in 2 weeks?
Do we all send them to you, by the way?
No, don't send me your singles. I'm going to see if Al or Swoggles will create the playlist so no one knows who it
Gotcha.
is.
Mm.
Could Kyle do it?
Kyle could probably do it, yeah.
Just because it's someone very close to you.
Yeah, I will talk to him. He's at work, or he's not at work, but he's working right now.
I vote Lauren doesn't get a song.
Wow,
Damn.
I vote we kick Laura now.
guys. You guys need to relax.
Replace her with Courtney.
Wow.
Level 10 demerit.
Level 10. It's just over. You're just done.
Yeah.
You
Okay,
actually
I
have
was
to start
between-
your own album club with a level 10.
Yeah, you have to, and you have to do it too.
I'm sure Johnny Merck and Sage would join that.
Johnny, Sage, and Lauren. That'd go hard. I would join that album club.
I want Johnny Merck to join it.
We could see about that. I think 8 is a good number. I just think, at this
Do we
point...
have 7?
We do have 7, which is what I'm saying. I think 8...
Oh, okay. I thought you were
is a good
saying
number.
I thought you were giving a reason to exclude him.
No. I just think that the more people we add, the more time consuming it is, the longer the rotations are. And I've come to like
Wow.
smaller group.
Wow.
Because when we had 10, man, that was just so much.
Nah, it's okay.
And
I
was
definitely
tough.
won't tell him about what you're saying.
Well, this is obviously
I just
only
want
on
more
the YouTube channel.
controversy.
Yeah, Johnny Merck might be controversial too. So he might
Isn't that
have
a
some
good thing?
Submit his own stuff.
Ryder, that's what I'm saying. Why are you implying that I wasn't saying that was a good
Tonality.
thing?
Just I'm just reading. let me cook.
Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to tell us what you thought about What Do You Want by acloudyskye. And be sure to listen to our Secret Santa Singles Week, where everybody was given a name that they had to pick a song for that they think that person would like. And listen to the playlist. It'll be in the description. And yeah, everybody say bye.
Oh, nice.
Bye.